Claude Cowork Live, Artifacts, from static report to living dashboard. Part 9. A scheduled brief is accurate the moment it runs and stale by lunch. A live artifact is current every time you open it. Here is how to build dashboards that refresh themselves. A single page you glance at and trust to be current, instead of regenerating a report every time you need today's numbers. A scheduled brief is accurate the moment it runs and stale by lunch. A live artifact is current every time you open it.
In this video, you will learn what a live artifact is and how it differs from the reports you have been generating, how to build one from a task or from the Live Artifacts tab, how automatic refresh works, how version history gives you a safety net when iterating, and the one safety rule you must follow when building artifacts on top of your connected apps.
A scheduled report generated at 7 a.m. is perfectly accurate for exactly 1 hour. By noon, a competitor has shipped a new feature. By Wednesday, the pricing page is totally different. Your static brief is stale before lunch. Instead of regenerating that report every day, we are going to build a live artifact. This is a persistent HTML dashboard that rebuilds itself, pulling fresh data from your sources the exact moment you open it. To follow along, you need Claude Cowork installed locally on your machine, along with at least one active read-only connected app or local file directory. And if you are looking to integrate advanced AI workflows like this across your entire team, check the description for a link to our agency, Spillwave. Relying on exported PDFs forces you to constantly second-guess your numbers. When your dashboard updates itself on demand, you can actually trust the data on your screen. Standard chat outputs are frozen. When you ask an AI to summarize a competitor, the resulting text is a snapshot of that specific conversation, locked in time. As this split-screen diagram illustrates, a live artifact behaves completely differently. While a standard chat acts like a camera taking a static photo, the live artifact functions as an active dashboard, continuously pulling moving data directly from your server databases every time it loads. You can build one of these straight from a standard Cowork task. You just prompt Claude directly, asking it to create a tracker for your top 5 competitors. The critical step here is routing the intelligence. In your prompt, you must explicitly name your connected apps or local files, like specifying your company wiki or your Slack channels, so Claude knows the exact location to source the live data. Alternatively, you can start from scratch. Navigate to the Live Artifacts tab in the sidebar. Click New Artifact in the top right, and begin a new chat dedicated to building this dashboard. Claude writes the underlying code and immediately renders it as a fully formatted HTML interface right in your window. Whether generated from a task or the dedicated tab, the result is the same. You stop manually aggregating daily updates and gain a single, reliable page for your competitive intelligence. Because these artifacts live independently, you never have to hunt through chat history to find them. Reopening your dashboard is as simple as clicking its name in the Live Artifacts sidebar. This wireframe shows the loading sequence. The layout loads instantly from cache, while background streams silently query connected apps. For up to the second intelligence, clicking the Refresh button bypasses this cache, forcing the artifact to fetch a completely new wave of data from the live servers. Your first layout is rarely your final one. To iterate, simply open the chat panel next to your artifact and ask Claude to add a new structural element, like a column tracking competitor pricing. Every single time you request a change to the layout or the code, Cowork automatically generates and saves a discrete new version of the file. By opening the version history panel on the right, you can directly compare your newest layout against your previous iterations. If your new pricing column breaks the layout, a single click of the Restore button rolls the code back. Knowing that every previous state is saved eliminates the anxiety of losing your original work. Before building an entire suite of artifacts, you need to understand their exact operating constraints. First, these files are bound entirely to your local machine. If you switch to your laptop, your dashboards do not come with you. Second, they are isolated to your specific user profile. You cannot currently generate a link to share your dashboard with the rest of your team. The third limitation requires strict attention. Normally, Cowork asks permission before accessing connectors. Live artifacts completely bypass those permission prompts upon every automatic refresh. For a connector that only reads data, this is harmless. But if your dashboard is attached to an application with write access enabled, a refreshing artifact could execute actions or modify data without your approval. you must immediately audit your active connectors. Open your artifact settings and guarantee that every single connected source is strictly limited to read-only capabilities. If you discover that any of your current connectors have write access enabled, delete the artifact entirely and rebuild it using strict read-only alternatives. Enforcing this rule ensures your artifact remains a strict observer. It can read your connected apps to show you the current state of your business, but it lacks the physical access required to accidentally overwrite your company databases. You now have a self-refreshing, version-tracked competitor dashboard, isolated in its own tab and ready to replace your static daily reports. Your first task is to test its independence. Open the dashboard right now to establish a baseline, then open it again tomorrow morning to personally verify that the data updates on its own. And verify one last time that your connected integrations are strictly configured as read-only. For more advanced step-by-step technical tutorials, subscribe to our channels on LinkedIn, Substack, and Medium. And if your enterprise needs direct help integrating AI into your company infrastructure, contact our team at Spillwave. Building an interface that queries data on its own removes the final layer of manual friction. Once your dashboard manages its own updates, your daily intelligence workflow is fully automated.
Do this today. Ask Claude to build a live competitor tracker from inside your competitive intelligence project. Name the connected sources it should pull from. Open it twice, once when you build it and once the next day, and notice whether the data has updated automatically. Click the refresh button manually and observe whether the data changes. Make one iteration to the artifact, such as adding a column or changing the layout, and then use version history to confirm the previous version was saved. Check the connectors your artifact uses and confirm they are all read-only sources. If any can write data, rebuild the artifact on read-only alternatives. Your work kept alive. For 8 articles, Cowork produced outputs you collected. Documents, organized files, a scheduled brief waiting in your tasks list. Useful, but static. Each one true at the moment it was made. Live artifacts give you the other kind of output entirely. A view that stays current, lives in its own tab, refreshes itself on open, remembers its own versions, and is one click from rolling back. The competitor work is now both a weekly narrative brief and a living dashboard you glance at whenever you want the current picture. About the author, Rick Hightower, Claude Certified Architect. Rick Hightower helps companies become AI first through practical mentoring, executive and team training, and custom AI solution development. He is a former senior distinguished engineer at a Fortune 100 company where he focused on bringing ML and AI insights into real frontline business applications. Rick is a Claude Certified Architect, AI systems practitioner, and builder of production multi-agent systems. He is currently working on authoring a book on harness engineering with Manning Publishing. He created Skilz, a universal agent skill installer supporting 30-plus coding agents, including Claude Code, Gemini, Copilot, and Cursor, and co-founded one of the largest agentic skill marketplaces. Today, Rick and the Spillwave team works with leaders and teams who want to move beyond AI experiments and build real AI capability inside their companies. He helps organizations adopt AI safely, train their people, redesign workflows, and build practical AI systems that create measurable business value. Ready to make your company AI first? Connect with Rick with the links in the video description. LinkedIn, Substack, or Medium, book him to speak or train your team, or visit Spillwave to explore mentoring, training, and custom AI solutions for your organization. This video explained Claude Cowork Live Artifacts, which are interactive dashboards that stay current by refreshing data from connected apps, unlike static reports that become outdated soon after they are created. Main points. Live artifacts are living views, not snapshots. A normal report captures information at one moment in time. A live artifact re-queries connected data sources whenever you open it, so it reflects the current state. They are persistent dashboards inside Cowork. Live artifacts live in their own Live Artifacts tab, separate from chats or tasks. They can be trackers, dashboards, comparison tools, or reference pages built around your work. They refresh automatically. When opened, a live artifact pulls fresh data from approved connected apps or local files. It may use a short cache for speed, but it refreshes in the background. You can also manually refresh it from the artifact header. Remember that you can create them in two ways. You can ask Claude to create one from a Cowork task, or start from the Live Artifacts tab by clicking New Artifact and chatting with Claude. The article's example is a competitor tracking dashboard that monitors releases, blog posts, and pricing changes. They complement scheduled briefs. A scheduled brief is useful for a weekly narrative summary, while a live artifact is better for quickly checking the current state. The article frames this as snapshot versus living view. Version history makes iteration safer. Each change to a live artifact creates a saved version. You can compare versions and restore an earlier one if a change does not work. The biggest safety warning is connector permissions. Live artifacts can use approved connectors automatically when they refresh. That is safe for read-only data sources, but risky for connectors that can write or modify data. The article strongly recommends building live artifacts on read-only connectors unless you are very deliberate. Current limitations. Live artifacts are local to your computer, not cloud synced across devices. They are not shareable yet, and they refresh using approved connectors without asking each time. Recommended action. Build a live competitor tracker. Test whether it updates the next day, manually refresh it, make one iteration, check version history, and confirm the connectors are read-only. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.